Good morning, everyone. So, I've been playing this on a copy of this, just by myself at night. I have some real criticisms of the game. It feels even more unfinished than I originally thought. Also, it's performing very... I think there's something running in the background. 1 second. I need to just check something. No, it's just performing very poorly. Odd. It's like very stuttery on my end. I don't know if it's going to pick up in the recording and rendering and everything else, but it's very like... the frame pacing feels very bad. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So playing this game on my own, I broke it. Like, I broke the economy in this game. There is one method of actually making money in this that matters. And they're gonna have to patch it. Because you can come over here and, hey, let's buy everything that she has. Just everything. Done. And then we're going to come over here. And I want this. Actually, no, I don't care about that. I want that. I don't have any oysters, so that's fine. But we're going to get that, and then we're going to get this one. And we're going to get this one.
Oh.
I would get more, but it's not worth it right now. Okay, I just want to make sure that we actually got the fish that we... No. Okay, so this is a bug. It's not letting me buy all the... Yeah, look. Wait, what? What? Oh, that's the most broken. So on my other file, which is just a straight copy of this, it's not like I didn't start over or anything. I just loaded this file and then saved it in a different slot and kept that as mine. Okay, so that was just giving me infinite money. So that's a new bug I have never seen before. But the one that I was going to show you, but I apparently cannot because of some strange bug happening right now, which is kind of my experience with this game in general. A couple days ago we had I pulled the net up to the boat and it just didn't give me anything bug. I have yet to be able to catch any kind of sand fleas on the beach because of a weird... it's the seams on the, tiles that make up the world. And I don't know if it's the gameplay layer on top of the world or what, but the net catches every single time I try to do something. Oh yeah, we have these, I forgot. And... it's, I've never been able to catch fleas on the beach. So I just don't have any... Oh no, I didn't want to go over top of them. Luckily they don't run, so... Yeah, it's been fun. I can't make bait with fleas easily. But I figured out a fun little trick. if you go to... Ooh, new species. If you go to the fish market, when it's not bugged out like that, buy everything there. The most I've ever had to pay is 450 shells for everything in stock. I then cook all of that stuff, make sashimi and the patin with as much of it as I can, and then just, you know, fish cakes. I put all that out, and by the end of the day, like, it's typically by like 9 a.m. I'm done, because time doesn't move in menus, and it also doesn't move when cooking. I will set that stuff out and be able to make roughly 2,500 to 3,000 shells from the 500 that I spent, 450 that I spent. And then I just rinse and repeat that over and over, day after day, and the entire town's fixed. And I have infinite everything if I want to. There's no reason to fish as long as you don't have the weird bug that I have right now. There's just no reason. And that seems like a bad way of doing a fishing game. Like I'm looking at this as an objective thing, not just I like this game a lot because it's nice and soft and sweet and I enjoy it. But as a like game design perspective, and again, I'm not a game designer, but I've played a lot. I have played literally thousands of games. I have completed many, and I have played through like the majority of the games that I like own and stuff. This feels like whoever designed the economy like systems in this game, it either is a rough draft for it or it's the first time they've done it. Because I figured that out after less than 5 hours of playing the game. I figured out the whole just buy everything from the fish market. And the more I looked at stuff like what recipes I'm making, there is no incentive outside of days where they are worth more by a certain amount to ever make anything but the stuff that is worth 0 or that takes 0 to make. Unless they are worth like a staggeringly high amount, like the sashimi or the patin and something early game that are worth like 100 plus, 180. Outside of that, there's no reason to make like one that is worth 25. You know, it's worth 25 to sell, which is 5 shells more than say fish cakes. But it also costs 10 to make, so you're actually losing 5 compared to what your fish cakes would have sold. For literally nothing. You don't make enough more, even from like it being a like liked item. It's almost never enough more to warrant actually doing it. And I'm fine with soft games that just give you everything. Like I'm fine with that. A mode in this where I didn't have to worry about money and could just fish and just hang out would be great. And you can do that. But the game's entire economy and the story in it is based around needing to fix this town and needing the shell to earn the shells from the townsfolk so you can then reinvest it in the town to then make the town better. The problem is when you can just break that in half a second, it doesn't mean anything to fix the town. Like, cool. I fixed up the beach. I fixed up the town's gazebo. I cleaned up all the trash, and I even invested in another restaurant and everything else. Like, I think I only have like 2 things left in the entire town to fix up that are available to me currently in the story. And I feel nothing because I didn't have to do anything for it. Like, it just made me go, okay, well, why do these people even bother? Like, what are they doing? I don't know. It just feels... It's another point of the game feels unfinished and almost like nobody playtested it to like and thought about the systems, because like I broke it in 5 hours of playing. Like it wasn't long and it wasn't hard to do, and that was 5 hours. And you know, I've been recording this. I've been trying to make content out of it, and I play it for 15-20 minutes a day unless it's a story heavy episode. I've only pre-recorded like in batches a few, like four episodes in 1 day, 2 days, something like that. And I figured out how to break the game pretty quick. Again, I don't think this is a bad game. I just think it is a very unfinished game that really needs more time. And it really should have been a early access game. Another year, and this game, heck, not even a year, another 6 months, maybe, this game could be astoundingly good. Like, game of the year, like, I would play this, I would recommend it to everyone, but the state it's in right now, I cannot recommend this game to anybody. It's really rough. I don't know. And then there's systems in the game that they don't explain to you at all. Like the auto cook thing. Like after a certain amount of time, after a certain time of cooking stuff, a certain number of times, you just get the ability to auto cook. You don't even, you just get rid of what is essentially half of the gameplay. I think if you're going to have an auto cook option, then the whole cooking thing needs to be rethought. I enjoy this part. Like, I don't use the auto cook option most of the time unless it's something that I know is going to, like, be just time consuming, because it's nice and not exactly the most accessible thing, and I think that the UI and stuff really needs some work, but the auto cook option the auto cook thing should just be an option or an accessibility feature, and the cooking, because it is half of what this game is. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Like, okay, a perfect example. Why would I make fish tacos outside of somebody's request when they cost $5 to make and sell for $20, when these cost $0 to make and sell for $20? Also, these can be made with any fish, and these require small fish. Like, why would I ever make fish and chips again? It costs 10 and sells for 20, meaning I'm only making 10 when I can make 20 off of this. The price scaling doesn't make sense. And I think that's one of the bigger issues with this. It's like, once you find something that's worth a decent amount, like this right here, $11.45 to make with a sell price of $1,500. And I know that's the base price, and it can get leveled up and stuff as you go. And the more investments you have, the more stuff's worth. But that still works along with the other prices. Like, the base price of this raises as well. So yeah, this is worth $1,500, but you need to take $11.45 out of that, meaning you have $3.55 left. And it requires a studded lobsters and the fillet knife and a meat cleaver to make. For cheaper and easier, I can make a few of these. This costs $0. That's it. It's $0. It's... And yes, it's worth a lot less, but it's also easier to make, especially with the way that their economy works. Like, I can get sashimi, no problem. I mean, they literally sell the sashimi stuff. Like, you can make sashimi from one of the stacks of 5 fish that you can get at the market. It is, and it costs like 30 shells total. The economy is just broken. It doesn't make sense in this. And the gameplay, there's a lot of bugs. And I'm not saying this as a hate on the game thing. I'm saying this because I'm hoping that maybe one of the devs sees this and maybe looks at what the game is doing and maybe how to improve it a little bit. Because I want to recommend this to people. I really do. Like, I really like this game. But I also look at it and I'm just like, yeah, but also, you know, it's going to be one of those things where I have to give a lot of caveats to it. It's like when I recommend Secret World or something. It's like, yeah, but also the gameplay itself is kind of bad, but play it for the story or watch somebody play through it. Not even saying, like, watch mine, but just, like, watch someone play through it if you don't dig the gameplay. But this is like a small game made by a few people, and I want to be able to recommend it without giving a ton of caveats and like, hey, don't do this because this breaks the game. Hey, this part of the game is busted, so ignore this base part of the experience and stuff. Like, that's not a way to recommend a game to somebody. I want this game to succeed very much, and I feel like the early access label would have been far better for it. Because in this state with missing character portraits and visible world seams and like all the other just stuff happening in it, it just feels like it needs a lot more time. Also, I don't have auto-cooking fish cakes unlocked on this one. Wow. But yeah, we're gonna finish cooking this and toss it out there. I say all this as someone who is enjoying my time with this game. Even if it's maybe not in the way that was intended. Or maybe everything I'm talking about with the economy and everything is entirely intended. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't understand the intention of the game design. I am not a game designer by any stretch of the imagination. I just have played a lot of video games and know how a lot of games that I have very much enjoyed have done it. I guess it would be like being able to go in Stardew and just buy all your crops and sell them for like quite literally 8 to 9 times more than what you bought them for after doing a couple minutes worth of button clicking. Like, it doesn't require any type of investment or time or really thought. Because I don't even think about what I cook on my personal file. I just, is the sashimi available to cook? Cool, cook it. Is the poutine available to cook? Cool, cook it. That's the way that I treat it. because that's the way the game seems to want me to treat it from the way that they've designed this. I want it to be good. Very much so. And I want it to go... I want it to do very well. I really do. All of this is said with respect, you know? Like, I do not think that this is a bad game in any way. I just think that it needs help in a lot of areas, and it needs time, and that's something that it didn't get, and hopefully has done well enough in the state it's in to give them that time to get it to where I think it could be, where I think it should be to warrant the price and the... Well, no, because it's still not a bad game. I still think it's worth the money. I just don't want to have a million caveats about it to recommend it to anybody. And also, there are some things that are missing that are just kind of like almost offensive as to them not being included. Like, why is there no VSync in this game? I'm very tired of tearing. Why? And I know it's coming in an update, but like that should have been in day one because there's no frame rate cap. So it doesn't matter what you play it on, it tears. And boy, I am so tired of screen tearing. It's just stuff like that. It's little things that probably should have been in there from release that aren't. Like, I'm looking at the thing and I don't know if it's coming up on the recording, but it is just tearing constantly. But yeah, you can see like this is a seam right here where the net will get caught. Same with this. Like anytime you see these seams in the world, the net will just get stuck. Let's see if I can actually recreate it here. Although I keep having new and interesting, exciting bugs here. But I did it last night to show Sam. Okay, it actually caught. It didn't catch this time. So that's so weird. So each file, which is again a chunk of the same, like, okay, there it is. Like, I can't move it. Except in the other file, no matter what I do, this happens. If I throw a net out to try to catch fleas, it does that every single time consistently. On the other file, which is, again, a copy of this file, which is why I'm so weirded out right now, that file, I can buy fish, no problem. This one I can't. But that one I can't catch fleas on the beach in any way, but this one I can. There's something, like, inherently wrong. But, yeah, hopefully, I really want to see improvements to it because I really want this game to last. Anyway, sorry about complaining about this game for a half hour. Have a nice night, everybody. I'll see you.